Good morning, adventurers! I'm coming to you from a rest stop which is slightly under construction, but the coolest rest stop that I've stopped off in a while. There are volunteer groups out here who bring coffee on the weekends, and so I just happened to luck into some coffee, made a donation, and I'm off to my next destination, which today is going to be Beacon Rock State Park. We're going to be doing some hiking on a very unique trail, but before we do that, we have about a 40-minute drive to get there, and I'm so excited. Guys, we made it! So now we're gonna go on a really epic hike. It's a little chilly this morning. It'll be okay. Before we start our hike though, I thought it was necessary to do a little bit of a backstory. So around here you can learn a lot of history, but this sign in particular tells us a little bit about Beacon Rock. This was originally regarded by Lewis and Clark. Yeah, it was one of their little landmarks, and they said that it was a great directionalizer and helped them to find where they were. It was documented numerous times in their expedition, and you can see why. It just juts up. And it's located right on the Columbia River. I forgot water, guys. How could I do that? Back to the car I go. The coffee hasn't kicked in yet. The coffee hasn't kicked in. Okay, now we can try to find the trail. So, what is Beacon Rock? This is a good place for us to start this conversation. Beacon Rock is a former volcano. The lava that came up, that hardened, that's what made Beacon Rock. Now, this wasn't anywhere near as recent as Mount St. Helens. Try 57,000 years ago.
Hi, little friend. How are you? This guy is huge. We're talking about 8 inches maybe. Huge.
Looks like they have a gate here that says that it's closed from dusk to 8 a.m., which, I mean, kind of makes sense. You're up here on a ledge, and it's probably not the safest to not have light. Yeah, let's go see what this first viewpoint looks like. I'm already getting so excited, guys. For those of you who are at home and are wanting to see a closer look of some of these views, I am going to attach several different photos along this hike, showing you all of the different turns and conditions as we go. But I'm also going to do some panoramic shots so that you can see the beauty of this landscape. That'll be over on my blog site, bunnyplayshere.com. So you can always go check that out if you want to. It'll be posted at the same time as this video, so great opportunity. Now, for anyone who is wondering, the path itself is about 3 feet wide. So you could easily have someone pass you and it not be that big of a deal. Now, the surface is not even in all places though, so you will want to use the handrail if you're not sure of your footing. No big deal, right? Take your time, hold on, and just take it in. You guys, right here, it changes over and then it goes up and up here. It's just a series of switchbacks. And switchbacks usually are a little harder for altitude, but it's okay. As the trail was begun in 1915 and finished in 1918. So it took them 3 years to create this trail that we're on. And I can understand why. It's right on the side of the mountain. Kind of makes sense. Probably wasn't the easiest thing to construct, but 3 years.
Look, guys, it's a little hole
with a huge view. far, we have gone, according to my iPhone step monitor, 14 stories up. And we have all these to go. This is not one of those trails that you want to take on if you can't get some cardio in. It's gonna make your heart beat. It's gonna make you breathe a little hard. This is definitely one that you want to plan. After a ton of switchbacks, we've now come to this part that's a little shaded and a little more chill looking. We're gonna go through the forest side and we're getting pretty close. I just saw someone who I actually let pass me on the way up so I could get lots of coverage for you guys, and they were coming down. There are a couple more switchbacks, but nothing compared to what we just did, which was a lot. Okay guys, this is the last one. Yay! This is what our path looks like, and that's our destination, so onward. We are at 850 feet above sea level, but it feels like way more than that with as many switchbacks as you go over in such a short amount of time. But these views are spectacular, guys. So this is the top viewpoint from Beacon Rock. There are several different rocks you can actually stand on, and I'm going to stand on the tip top over there in just a second. But I wanted to share with you this view first. This is spectacular and so worth the effort to go up a mile. So overall, let me check real quick and see how many floors we climbed. 24 floors to the top. 24. So yeah, we just did that and I'm really proud of us. So now we're gonna look around, show you some of the views, and then go back down. Now we're going down. A lot of people fear this part, and I understand why, because you have to actually look into the mean face of the mountain and see it as you're going downward. But the only place that really was, in my opinion, going to be tough on this particular hike is this set of stairs. That's it, and we just did those like a pro. So now we're out here on this little landing, taking in one last beautiful look of the forest that surrounds us, and then we're gonna head on down this semi-flat trail. I'm excited. There has been no rain here, so I fear nothing. I feel like my footing is good. So here we go. It just has such a different perspective when you see it from different angles, and I think that sometimes by doing that, it's really interesting. That's kind of why I like to look from vantage points. You see things you might not necessarily notice when you're at the level of them, or that you can't see because you can't access them. So being able to look from the top at all of these amazing things is really cool. You can see the wave pattern in the water, where the color changes that you definitely can't see whenever you're in a boat or even looking at it from the shore. And then we are able to see some of the barges and some of the other things along the Columbia that there's no access to from the side that we're on. So really cool, guys. Really cool. Party of one going down. I heard something that sounded like a yellow jacket, but it was just a drone. Passage, in my opinion, is the most rocky, and it's the next to last switchback that you'll go up or down. So it's very uneven. There's very large chunks of rocks, and you know, it is what it is. But I've seen people of all ages coming up here, so apparently this isn't cumbersome. So just watch your step. Just is everywhere. It's so cool, and the switchbacks are nothing going down. Nothing. It's a beautiful day to be hiking. In fact, let the switchbacks begin. Right here. And here we go. I hope that whenever you're out and about looking at new things to do, that you'll try to challenge yourself with things kind of like this. This was one of the places that I decided I really wanted to try because it does have a lot of switchbacks, which are oftentimes challenging. And boy, am I glad I did. There's certain things that you just can't get without a little bit of hard work. And this is one of those. Remember when we were just up there, guys, and we were dying? So all smiles now on the way down, all smiles. I keep seeing these, and I want to say these are probably from the original pass because they look like they're probably little anchors that were used at the time. And they're much older than the rest of the railing. You can tell by many of them. It's kind of interesting. Okay guys, remember when we were here earlier and we thought this was the bad switchbacks? Yeah, I can laugh now. This is totally where it was super simple in comparison. Oh, how far we've come and how we can laugh at ourselves. It's greatness. But look at this view. Like literally. It's so worth every minute, every laugh, every huff. Beautiful.
Down, down, down we go, down the switchback trail.
Well, we just passed through the gate, so it is all literally downhill from here, and it's been an amazing hike. I'm gonna have to see what else they have in this area at the park specifically, just to kind of give you guys an idea. And of course, I'll be linking all sorts of fun things that you can do in the Beacon Rock area on my blog, so check it out. Could insert some interesting little slug jokes here, but I really don't have any, so I'll just ask you, why did the slug cross the road? I don't know. I hope you have enjoyed today's wonderful, exciting Beacon Rock Trail. If you have, please make sure that you subscribe, hit the bell for future uploads, and you never know where I'll end up next. Wow, guys, we were way up there.